Close my time pre-Christmas dinner was my lowest thing.
All right, let's begin. Rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, we'll begin with roll call. Mr. Rosema?
Present.
Mr. Ferris?
Present.
Mrs. Hopkins?
Present.
Mr. Robertson?
Here.
And Mr. Jansma is here. Wow, we're all together, the whole gang back together again. All right, all presents and accounted for. You dropped that phone so much.
I know.
I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda with the addition of 5A, Old Business Master Plan Update.
A motion.
Support.
Motion by Hopkins, supported by Robertson, to approve the agenda with the addition of 5A, Master Plan Update. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor will say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. 5-0. Oops. Put that in the right place. Okay, moving on to number 3, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the October 12th, 2023 meeting as presented.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Robertson, supported by Rosema, to approve the minutes as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. 5-0. Did anybody receive any correspondence or communications since our last powwow?
No.
Okay. Nor have I that I'm aware of. I checked my mailbox when I came in today and I saw nothing, so. All right, under old business, master plan update, the discussion that I had with Jeff was they're working on our next steps, getting our maps put together, just getting everything organized. He said he could have it ready for tonight, but he'd have to push it, and he probably would get a little bit of pushback from the nerds in the mappery, I believe he called them. So he said, no, we don't need to upset the nerds, we'll wait for January. And he appreciated that. So at our organizational meeting in January, whenever we set it for, he'll be with us to give us the next steps. And that's all that I have for the master plan update. Under new business, we have to set our meeting calendar for 2024. I provided members of the commission with a list of the second Thursdays of each month. We are not tied to the second Thursday of each month, but it does need to be before the regular township board meeting in that month. We are required by bylaws to hold at least 4 regular meetings each year, and we will need to make a resolution to determine our dates, times, and places, not a simple motion. So, with that, I'll open up discussion on meeting dates.
Well, I have conflicts on a Thursday quite a few times.
Okay.
I was wondering if it was possible if we could change to a different night. Either a Tuesday or a Wednesday. If that
I'm
would
okay
be
with either.
possible.
Since you want to be ahead of the board meeting,
Right.
and anything that the planning commission does has to go to the board in writing by Mary. So to give her a little time, why don't you do the second Tuesday of the month?
That would work,
Is always
because there's the third Tuesday, and then that also doesn't mess up payroll for Nancy, because she comes in the Thursday before the meeting. So if we end up on that same, all right. So then let me grab my
just move everything 2 days forward. So it'd be February 6th,
Yep.
March 12th,
So we have
April 9th,
May 7th, January 9th.
9th. Yep.
January 9th.
I don't know if I got baseball, but that's
Yeah.
is what it is.
August 6th,
Well,
September 10th.
we've had,
Yeah.
October 8th, November
I
12th.
mean, usually it's just one.
We would.
11, 9, 10,
Nancy,
12,
Election day in 2024 would be the 12th, would it not? The second Tuesday?
We don't know, we have not set the presidential primary for February yet, and that could be
Yeah.
different, and we won't know until Congress adjourns,
Okay.
whether it's gonna be in February or March.
Yeah, but what about general, November?
It's the first Tuesday.
It's the first Tuesday after the first Monday, correct? Okay, so that would be the 5th.
It's November 4th.
Yeah. I just don't want to conflict with any,
Primary in August,
Right.
we have an August primary, and then we may have something in May, depending on school elections.
so let's,
So we gotta have 4 meetings. How many meetings do you wanna have or feel necessary?
so because we're in the middle of the master plan rewrite, it would behoove us to schedule as many meetings as, we typically don't hold a regular meeting in July
Right.
unless we have action to take on a special meeting.
Right.
And we typically don't in December because it's December and everybody's trying to do stuff for Christmas around then.
I can see, right, I can see January, February, March, and April
Mm-hmm.
with May, and then possibly June, depending on where he's at. I don't know how fast is that gonna go once we get into reviewing and,
You're gonna want, you're gonna have 3. You're gonna have the initial draft. And then he's gonna review that and ship that back to you.
and then,
Then you're gonna do a public hearing.
right, which will be a special, not a normal.
Well, we can add
You could have it at a regular meeting, but you're gonna have that, and then you're gonna have another meeting following that to adopt it.
If we schedule 10, do we necessarily have to have 10?
if we have no action, as being good stewards of the public funds, we can cancel the meeting if we have no action to
We
take.
can make a resolution for these 10 meetings and
Correct.
And then adjust as necessary.
Correct.
if we need them, we don't want.
Yeah, if we don't need them, we don't have them.
Correct.
That would give you a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
It'll be the second Tuesday of each month.
Mm-hmm.
For all my strips.
So I'm looking, I got all of that figured out there, we missed them all.
So I'm just gonna, just to make sure that that we're right here, January 9th, second Tuesday.
February 6th.
No, February 13th will be the second Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, cause that would make it the first one there.
Mm-hmm.
That's my birthday.
What do you want,
Is
13?
that your birthday?
Yep, 2/13,
Okay.
3/12,
That was,
May come.
I can't.
4/9,
Yep. May that year,
5/14,
yep, that changes that one.
Or in March.
6/11, no meeting in July. 8/13. Nine, 10.
Yep.
10/8.
Yep.
And 11/12. Are we in agreement,
Tuesday, yeah, I'm back.
generally speaking?
I think so.
Yeah, the
Perfect.
dates, yeah, that you want.
If you want it at the same time, this is the time to look at that too, if you need to.
7 o'clock still work for everybody?
Seven works, yeah.
7 works fine.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, later, better.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
yes.
Alright, so we're still gonna hold with the 7 PM start time
Yep.
on the second Tuesday of every month in 2024. Hard to believe we're already in 2024. I was just talking yesterday with a friend. I had a friend pass away that I grew up with of cancer. And I said, I probably haven't talked to her. And I go, God, 20 years. And I go, oh my God, I can say that. You know? All right, so. Let me make a note here. All right, so I will make a resolution number 110923 PC to set them apart from the township board, to set our meeting dates for 2024 as follows. The second Tuesday of each month, which is January 9th, February 13th, March 12th, April 9th, May 14th, June 11th, August 13th, September 10th, October 8th, November 12th, beginning at 7 p.m. at the Newfield Township Hall. I need a second.
Second.
Yeah, go.
A resolution was made by Jansma, supported by Robertson. This is a roll call vote. One second. Mr. Rosema,
Yes.
Mr. Ferris, Mrs. Hopkins,
Yes.
Mr. Robertson,
Yes.
Mr. Jansma is yes. Resolution is adopted 5-0.
If you give me a list of those, I can send it to the paper to be published.
Thank you. Okay, I do not believe we have anything else to discuss for new business, so Mr. Micklin, what do you have for us this month?
Let's see. How long do you want me to take, Rick?
We're trying to beat Joan out of her fire board meeting. So
Okay, here you go, bye. A lot of permits this last month. 7 permits, zoning permits. So it's kind of interesting. I really thought we were gonna be behind this year, given the interest rate rise and material costs going up and Rosema not wanting to work anymore.
What do you mean? I know.
He still does half days.
Yeah, we know that. Anyway, it's just, I think we're gonna be on, track to exceed 30 permits for the year. To give you an example, when I first came on board 10 years ago, a big year was 22 permits.
Oh.
And now in the last 5 years, we've been consistently 30 or more. So that's a big one. You'll see there was one, I want to explain, it says again, number of inquiries. What that means is that's people who are calling who are not current residents. So in other words, if someone who's a resident calls me on, like Mary calls, so I want to do a 3-season room, I don't consider that an inquiry because they're here.
They're here.
These are people who are from outside the township that are interested in moving into the township. So that tells me there's, people still want to be here. Next thing, there was one permit rejected, and that was just rejected because they didn't pay the fee.
Oh, okay.
That's been resolved this month, so that'll be up with that. You guys really don't deal with blight and junk and all that, but we're still waiting on the board to approve the new civil infraction ordinance before we can move forward on that. And that's what I have. All the facilities have submitted their renewals for next year, so they're all in on time, and life is pretty good.
All right, thank you. Do we have anything else we need to
Is that
discuss?
Fine.
I don't have.
No?
We can do that again at the board meeting next week.
Okay.
Then I'll open up for public comments. Does anybody have a comment to make to the commission this evening? Mr. Draper.
So I don't know how in the loop that you guys are on things, but I did file a suit in the county court on the permitting of marijuana, commercial marijuana stuff on residential land.
Yes.
There's a hearing Monday on that, and I know a couple of you expressed interest in, okay, is it actually legal or not? Well, the avenue and I can give you guys copies of the motion to dismiss filed by the township, but they're just wanting to get it basically kicked out on technicalities instead of see if it is actually legal or not. So we'll see where that goes. And then the other thing, I know in the ordinance it says with marijuana facilities, they do need public, I just lost the term, but special meetings if there was any violations in the past year. So I know for sure at least one of them's had, a violation, so they would need a public hearing before they could get the new permits issued. That's all I have, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Going once, going twice? Okay, thank you. We do not have a recommendation to make to the township board, but we have notification of our resolution for our meeting date, time, and place. And that's it. Wow, that was it. With that, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
A motion.
Second.
Motion by Hopkins, supported by Rosema to adjourn. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. 5-0. Meeting adjourned at 7:15. I guarantee Joan's still sitting in